Hello Black Hawk Cougars, Mrs. Sutliff here, and I want to go over the special directions for what you're doing on the first day. Alright, you're going to watch this video today just to do the first step, and then we'll be done for the day, and then we will do the videos below for next week, okay? So if you're doing chalk, you're going to get the black paper here. And if you're doing finger paints, you're going to get the white paper right here. And the only thing I need you to do on the first day when you get your paper is draw the strand for your lights, and then you're going to draw the little sockets that the light bulbs will go into. Okay, so I'm going to show you with the pencil and the white paper. This is for the finger paint, okay? So you're going to make your paper the sideways way, all right? And then you're going to make a strand. You can make it loop around however you want, okay? It's kind of hard to see that. Let's see if I can. There we go. There's a good visual of what it looks like. All right, I'm going to grab some marker and make that darker so you can see it well. Okay, that's better. You can actually see it. I grabbed a gray marker so we can pretend that it's pencil, okay? So you can make as many loops as you want in your light strand, but it will make it harder. And the simpler it is, the nicer it will look. So if you're going all squiggly all over, I'm going to tell you to do it over, all right? So after you do this step, in the video below, she tells you to make little triangles for the sockets where the lights are going to go in. And with your little triangles, you have to make sure that they're facing the right way. Okay? Okay, so to make them go the right way, you're going to attach the point of the triangle to the strand. And then make your triangle like that. And the smaller your triangles are, the smaller your fingerprints are going to need to be so that it doesn't look weird. So think about how big you want your triangles to be. Do you want your triangles to be really big so that you can use your whole entire thumb to press down for your light? Or would you rather have smaller triangles and use like the tips of your fingers? Okay, really think about that before you just make triangles, okay? Then the other thing is we want to alternate. So I made this one go above. It's kind of hard to see, but this is above. So my next one I want to be below. Notice that my triangles are about the same size, okay? If I had a big one and then a small one right next to it, that would be silly. We want them all to be about the same size. So now I have this loop here, and I really should have another light right here, but I need to make some space. So I'm going to put it right there, and then I'll put another one right here, and then I'll put one inside the loop there, and one outside the loop here. I'm going to continue going with this, and then, so I'll pause right now and finish it. But one other thing I want to talk about is because I made my triangle so small, and my finger paint then is going to be so tiny, like the very tips of my fingers, I'm also going to have more lights, which is fun, but also it's going to make it take longer. So think about how much time you have and really pick the right size triangles so that you can get it done. Because if you put so many teeny tiny triangles everywhere, first of all, it won't look very nice if your lights are that tiny. I really don't think it will look nice with your finger paint. It'll just get splotchy all over and everything. But also, it'll take so much longer if you have a bunch of lights. Then really try and do that pattern of above the line, below the vine, that sort of thing, okay? So this one was above the line, so this one needs to be below the line. When you make your triangles, make sure that you are attaching by a point on the triangle, okay? That will make it look nicer. So I'm going to pause right now and finish doing my finger paint strand. Okay, I'm done. And some things that I did that were kind of mistakes that, hey, you can learn from my mistakes, is look right here. I've got these two triangles this one and then this one over here, they are so close together. Let me really make sure you can see that. Look at these two right here. They're so close together. I don't know how I'm going to put a fingerprint there. I don't know. I kind of just sort of didn't pay attention to what I was doing and made a mistake. And now I have to decide, should I put one thumbprint there for both of those lights and hope nobody notices? Maybe I can erase it because I'm using pencil. Okay? Check that. All right? Really look at that before you decide that you're done. And while we're talking about it, this is pencil, so you can erase. Okay? If you make a little mistake like that. So at this point, I would bring my paper to the teacher, bring this to me, and I will use a black marker and go over all of your strand and all of your light sockets. I will do that for you because we're not getting out marker. Okay? So that is the finger paint. All right? I'm going to show you the chalk next. If you're not doing the chalk, then you don't have to watch the chalk directions. You can just stop. Okay, with the chalk directions, your paper is going to go the same way, that kind of sideways facing, so that we get the strand going across this way. All right, and your big important thing you have to remember with the chalk is that if you put chalk down and then you pass your hand over it and you rub the paper with your hand, you are going to smear that chalk all over that black paper. So you have to be careful. Also, the chalk will get on your fingers. So if you put your chalk down and then touch your paper with the fingers that now have chalk all over them, you're going to smear chalk all over your paper. So don't pay attention to what you're doing and don't let your paper get smeared. Okay, so I'm going to draw my strand. Okay, and I decided to make a very simple strand. With this strand of lights, she has you drawing more of a rectangle, something that looks kind of like that, and then drawing some lines on it, sort of like that. And then she does have you going below and above, just like I did with the finger paint one. So something like this. And your lights end up being bigger, I think, because first of all, we're going to make an actual light, and second of all, we're not using our small fingers. Okay, so now we need to make the stencil for the light bulb that we're putting in these sockets. All right, so we made this first because I'm giving you pieces of paper like this, and I want your light bulb to look like it goes into the sockets of these lights. So now I know about how big I need to make my light bulb. Okay, I want it to come out of the light socket and kind of do something sort of like that. Okay, let me see if I can hold this so that you can really see it. There we go. It sort of looks like the leaves that we made for our pumpkin. It's kind of a similar shape to the feathers we made for our turkeys. Okay, and it is your light bulb, so you decide how big it is. You decide what shape it is. Is it a fatter light bulb? Is it kind of a skinnier light bulb? You all know that light bulbs are all different on your Christmas trees, so you do not need to make yours look like mine. Okay, but what you do need to do is make sure that it looks like it would fit coming out of the socket that you made. So you're not going to make a really super small skinny bulb if your sockets are really big. Okay? So after you have done the chalk, the strand for your lights and done all of the sockets for your lights, then you're going to get one of these from me and you're going to create your stencil. We're going to cut these out and use them to trace around all of our chalk, and we're doing that next week, okay? Next week we will get the colored chalk. Right now we just need the stencil, and if you have time you can cut this out, okay? So those are your directions for the art for today.